and diabetes related issues. Of course, it didn't matter. We were not expecting that. You know, he was 44, and he would have been 45 on the 10th of January, and he died on January 5th. So he and I are the last of my family, immediate family. So we had discussions about, you know, what do you want? You know, what do you want your final arrangements to look like? Many times. And one of the things that he and I both agreed upon is that we didn't want a funeral, right? That we wanted a party, right? We wanted to come together. He said, we wanted the same thing. Come together with people that you love and who love you, have great music, good food, put some nice pictures up, and tell stories, laugh, joke, you know, that kind of thing. And since we're in the middle of COVID, we couldn't do that. And this is January, mind you. We also had a bonfire here on Kukkendoke, right over there.
Oh, you did?
We had a bonfire. And it was well attended. It was freezing that night. And people were in their cars parked all around here. And even my aunt, who's like 70-something years old, she had to get out for a minute. And then she got back in the car. You know, we told them turn their lights on. We had music. It was really nice, you know.
So that was 9 pounds.
Nice.
9 pounds.
I think this is where the library
Over there.
See, they're using command center. Why? The school district can't do it.
All right, today we're here with Vicky Benteray, and we're looking at, we're also here with Jim and Chanel. We're looking at this t-shirt today, which is made from 100% recycled PET. PET is polyethylene tricycline.
So what you say, easy for you to say.
I know. But it's also known as #1 plastic. So this is very similar and familiar to us. So we're going to show some examples of PET.
Feels good.
Feels
soft.
It feels really good.
It feels good, right? So we'll show some common examples of PET. So if you love to drink this type of beverage, which is Gatorade, this is actually PET. So excluding the cap, we'll take the cap off, and this little piece right here, this is all made from PET, and this wrapper, we'll take that off. But this plastic is made from PET, and it takes about 7 to 11 bottles of this to convert into this. And so
Really?
If you do streets like that in Ghana, then it will be no crime. Why crime? I'm busy. You busy. The other one busy. Men or women or children. Why will be crime? I don't have no time to do crime. Why? I don't have no time for that. I got to make it happen. In life, you got to make it happen.
And it just flows.
Get a picture of this patina.
Wall. So we can use it like this, but if the kids get into performances and stuff, then these walls are covered, and then you actually don't see them till they come on stage in this middle part. Does that make sense? So they could be in the back on each side, preparing or what have you.
I want you to think about, because of security, because you said you were going to be spending time there, like your office and so forth.
Yeah.
That you want to be hauling it every day.
No,
I want you to consider maybe a shipping container, a small shipping container as a
let's do something cool. So do you guys know that there's a huge recycling set of bills that are coming out of the House of Representatives, maybe today actually, but soon, over to the Senate. And those bills will likely actually work their way all the way through the system and get signed, because we are failing miserably in recycling in Michigan. And it sounds old fashioned, right? Because most of us, I certainly remember give a hoot, don't pollute. And I mean, there was all kinds of good messaging in the old days, but we've lost that. And now that we have even more capability for what we can recycle, we have less people participating in it. So, I mean, that would be an interesting thing to work on a project like that, because I know there's going to be a lot of resources coming statewide. You know, if you think about projects that will have other ways of getting support or being connected to a bigger picture. Plus, kids can really understand it. If I remember, that whole recycling thing that happened in the 70s was driven largely by kids.
Yeah,
There's education in schools and elementary schools even, right? So what a cool, fun thing to do, you know, to work on something like that. But I also spend a lot of time working in the water space. I have been an activist for a long time. I'm now working on Great Lakes issues. I'm on the Great Lakes Legislative Caucus, actually, working in shoreline erosion and a bunch of stuff like that. But I'm also just trying to figure out how to make sure that everyone has access to clean, safe, affordable water. You know, and when you think about water in communities, I travel to, whenever there's a fountain, I go to it, right? And there's always kids hovering around a fountain, whether they can get in it or not, they're going to try and they're going to put their fingers in it, and there's going to be stuff that goes on around water. So it would be interesting to have something that was water related. If it was a fountain, I mean, there could be some kind of connection to the bigger issue of water availability and affordability, because we have some resources coming in too, right? So because of the America's Rescue Plan and because of the next act, it's called the Jobs Plan, but it's going to be a ton of focus on infrastructure. And infrastructure means water as well as roads and other things, but